So I'm just a few weeks away now from leaving on my year-long adventure where I'll be joining 74 other digital nomads from around the world to live and work from a different city every month for 12 months through a program called Remote Here. It sounds like the most incredible opportunity, and I cannot wait to get started. But what's been giving me the most amount of angst and the most amount of headache over the last couple of months is my packing situation. How do I manage to compress and condense everything that I own into a single suitcase, as well as a couple of bags that I can take with me that'll fit as carry-on onto a plane? And there's a ton of articles out there on the web about how people have planned for and thought through packing for long-term travel. And so what I'll give you guys today is my tips for how I structured my thoughts around packing for an extended period of time, taking into account the things I wanted to bring and wear, the seasons and events I may be attending and going to, as well as kind of the balance between functionality and let's call it vanity of style for now. So it's going to sound ridiculous, but here's how I started. So I started with a spreadsheet, this is tab 3, of all the looks that I wanted to be able to pull off while I was away on remote year. Now this has jumpers, jackets, scarves, shoes, belts, blah 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 blah. A whole range of stuff that would let me dress for the occasion. What that translated into was sheet number 2, which kind of goes through the look against the season versus the event. And then what that led to was step 3 on the final step, which was an inventory list of all the items that I needed to get myself there versus the items that I didn't have and then went and needed to buy. So for the bags, let's start with the big suitcase. So I had a Victorinox suitcase from about a couple of years ago that I bought. It's just a slick black 110 or 111 litre suitcase. It served me well over the last couple of years when I've travelled internationally. There's nothing too fancy about it. It doesn't have USB cords or charging ports like some of the newer ones do, but it's inobtrusive, it rolls well, it's lightweight and it's durable. And so I'll be sticking with that for my year away. The second bag that I'm taking with me is a weekender bag by a brand called Hook & Albert. Now this bag is absolutely phenomenal, and the reason I love it so much is that it zips out entirely and lays completely flat, and it lets you put in a suit or a couple of shirts, zip them up, and lets you carry them without having to worry about how much they wrinkle. So it's a super handy bag, not just to take in as hand luggage on the plane, but also on weekend trips if I take short stints while I'm away, or just a big duffel bag if I need some extra space to go to the gym or for something else. The third bag that I'm going to be taking with me is my day tote. It's from a brand called Wantless Essentials, and it fits a ton of shit in there. I use it as my work bag and my day bag right now, and it fits a couple of laptops, my charger, headphones, my GoPro, my camera, and also my drone. And so it has capacity to fit a lot of stuff and still look stylish at the same time. And the last bag that I've chosen to take with me is a day backpack. It's from a brand called Sandquist, and again, you probably noticed a black theme happening with my stuff right now, but it's a pretty chic looking black backpack, and again it has a ton of space, which is what I needed. Let's kind of get to some tips in how I found the most effective way of packing all my stuff into the suitcase. The first one is travel cubes. If there's anything that you take away from this video, I obviously know it's not going to be my Excel spreadsheet, but please take away the idea of buying travel cubes no matter how long your journey is. It gives you an awesome way to organize all your belongings in the suitcase. I've got it laid out by category, so I have my t-shirts in one of them, I've got undies in the other, I've got socks and pocket squares and accessories in the third one. It's a fantastic way to declutter your suitcase and gives you an easy way to manage how you effectively pack in and pack out from different locations. And thinking about packing cubes, also make sure that you roll your clothes. It saves a shit ton of space and also means that you can fit more inside those packing cubes. In terms of some of the other little things that I've taken with me just as good to haves, I've got a footy that I'm going to be throwing around at every city that I go to. I'm going to be taking with me 2 microfiber towels. They're super lightweight, they condense down really well to fit into your luggage, and they're going to be super handy in most situations, and also for day trips or when I go hiking and things like that. So taking with me my Aussie flag that I'll be repping at festivals. I've taken a couple of Polaroids of my friends that I'm going to be taking with me and hanging in the room. It's a good reminder of the stuff that's waiting for you back home in case you do start to get homesick. And I'm also taking with me a power block. I think it's going to come in super handy when you think about charging all the devices that we seem to bring with us. You know, I have 2 laptops, a camera, a GoPro, a drone, a speaker, you know, you name it, a Kindle. Get a cable or cord organizer. Now, as you can see in my one, I've been able to jam at least 30 to 40 different types of cords and mini devices, whether they're USB sticks, charging cords for different ports, power banks for extra battery life. They're all in there. And so it's a great way to organize your cables so they don't get out of control in your bag or don't get tangled up. When you're traveling for an extended period of time, there is always a high likelihood that you will lose one of your important documents, whether it's your personal ID, your passport, your green card, your insurance papers, whatever it is. So 2 tricks that I've learned and I've tried to do now, always take electronic copies and back it up to the cloud, whether it's OneDrive or Dropbox or something like that. Take copies of everything, duplicate them, put them into 2 different places, and send them to someone, like a friend or a family member, so they have copies as well. And then what I've also done is I've printed out 5 copies of each of them to have in paper form. So if there's any need for me to have these things front and center and I don't have internet access, God forbid, I have them and I'm able to use them as well. I think that's about all for now. I'll definitely keep doing more of these vlogs as I get closer to my departure date. I'll obviously be doing more as I'm on this journey. So please follow along at my blog here, www.livingliferemote.com. And if there's any things that you may want to know about while I'm on this journey, just shoot me a note, get me on Instagram or Facebook, and let me know what you'd like to hear about.